Oh, welcome, ladies and gents. So, it's been, like 5 odd months or something along those lines since the Johnny Depp Amber Heard verdict, all finished, done. You thought that was kind of the end of it, I guess. It's not. A new website popped up. amberopenletter.com. Can't be good, can it? Couldn't possibly be good. It's going to be good news. I thought we'd take a look at it together. This is terrible. It's everyone coming to the defense of Amber Heard and basically decrying that she was hard done by and a whole bunch of nonsense, right? A whole bunch of nonsense. And it's very, very funny as well because a lot of people always, surrounding this whole case, they always reference, well, it happened in the UK and he lost against the Sun, so therefore it must be true. Okay, so are we just now negating what happened in the States? You know, a much longer, thorough, more drawn-out trial? Are we just we stopping that? Are we? That's not. We can't. No, one's good, the other one's not. Where's the logic? So dumb. So we're going to take a look at this today. Just real quick. Second channel, Missed H Reviews live archives in the description box. Check it out. You will like it. There's very live streams go on, right? They're long things. I like doing them, but people don't have the time to watch them all sometimes. So I clip certain topics to make separate videos on that channel. So go ahead on over there. You might, well, I know you'll like it, so check it out. But anyway, let's look at this absolute garbage piece of shit website. And it is like it's absolute garbage. Again, look, literally, amberopenletter.com. Now I didn't even know, just as an FYI. I didn't know this was a website. I knew that this thing had happened, right? So I just searched on Google, oh, Amber Open Letter, and it's a website. I mean, kudos to them really going balls to the wall trying to get this, you know, out there. They got some stones, man. They got bigger balls than me. Don't know, that reference is terrible. But anyway, the point is, they've got some stones to do this, right? And this is also coming from a PR team. Mid-trial, Amber switched PR teams. And the PR team that they went with, the guy who owns it and was the PR manager, was Me Too'd. And she stayed with him. So funny. So funny. But anyway, let's take a look at this, right? So Amber Open Letter. You can sign the letter. You know? Oh, sign it. Some press for the letter. Experts support Amber Turd. Experts also support Johnny Depp. Public overwhelmingly supports Johnny Depp as well, just as an FYI. But anyway, here's the letter. It's such nonsense. An open letter in support of Amber Heard. 5 months ago, the verdict in the defamation trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard deeply concerned many professionals in the fields of intimate partner and sexual violence, as many, including A.O. Scott for the New York Times, have noted the vilification of Ms. Heard and ongoing online harassment of her and those who have voiced support for her have been unprecedented in both vitriol and scale. Yes, well, that's what happens when you ruin a man's life. Public tends to turn on you. Tends to happen. People tend not to really like you that much. Yes, God, you spanner. Anyway, this is the hilarious element. Much of this harassment was fueled by disinformation. No, most people are quoting elements of the trial. A lot of what they called disinformation, right, and harassment was literally clips from the trial of her bursting out laughing at Johnny Depp crying on the stand and stuff like this, and laughing at the elements of audio tapes. It's misogyny and disinformation to clip her saying, my dog stepped on a bee. Like, what? No, it's not. You spanner. misogyny, biphobia, and a monetized social media environment where a woman's allegations of domestic violence and sexual assault were mocked for entertainment. You know what, though? That's because it was funny. You appearing on the stand, Amber Heard, and what you said on the stand, Amber Heard, was hilarious. The fact you stood up there and expected anyone to believe your nonsense was funny. Because your stories kept changing, they never aligned, there was new information being flung out left, right and centre. So yes, it was funny. And I tell you something, the fact that like most of the videos for the Amber Heard stuff, most of my videos were demonetized or limited, which means demonetized. So it doesn't matter whether people were earning money or not, because I can tell you now, I didn't earn anywhere near as much as what I could have done, but I kept making the videos because it was important. And I'm sure I speak for many people that did the same thing on YouTube. Goodness me. But again, yeah, the allegations were funny. You're an idiot. Anyway, the same disinformation and victim-blaming tropes are now being used against others who have alleged abuse. Others? Others? So no no examples, right? Just others. Just others. Just others. We just got to believe it. They've said others, so there must be others. We're just going to believe it. God damn people. Anyway, in our opinion, the Depp v. Heard verdict and continued discourse around it indicate a fundamental What? In our opinion, the Depp v. Heard verdict and continued discourse around it indicate a fundamental misunderstanding of intimate partner and sexual violence and how survivors respond to it. Indicates or indicate? I personally would have put indicates there. Indicate doesn't read right. Anyway, whatever. The damaging consequences of the spread of this misinformation are incalculable. We have grave concerns about the rising misuse of defamation suits to threaten and silence survivors. But this open letter is attempting to silence a survivor, actually. You don't see the hypocrisy? You don't see the contradiction about what you're doing, no? All right there. Of course. We condemn the public shaming of Amber Heard. Why? And join in support of her. Why? We support the ability of all to report intimate partner sexual violence free of harassment and intimidation. You know what? So do I, right? Like, anyone being abused, male, female, whatever, definitely should report it. If it's actually happening. You know, and isn't, you know, a weirdly calculated, I don't know, attempt at ruining a man's life. Or a woman's life. Doesn't matter. So definitely report it if it's happening. Can we stick to that? Anyway, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. And it's about what you'd expect, right? So Women's March Action, Women's March Foundation, Ms. Fuck that is. The Asian Feminist. Sure. Lift. Chase. The Safe Centre. Saki. Whatever that is. Refuge. Women's Refuge. CCRI. I mean, all of this stuff, right, is actually really, really... I mean, it's just all feminist garbage. You do yourself a disservice, feminists, by standing behind someone who has been found out. You're doing yourself a disservice by standing with this individual. Like, hugely, in fact. Massively. Like, this is not the hill you want to die on. It's real bad. Real bad. And I tell you what. anyone you know that supported this, which there are individuals who, again, it's literally more than 130 feminist groups. 130 feminist groups sign an open letter in support of Amber Turd. I think there was a list of actual individuals that had signed it somewhere. I saw it somewhere. But the thing is anyone that's supporting this, and I mean, so alright, so who's this, sorry? A bestie? Who's a bestie? Bella Bestie, an organiser of Wednesday's open letter, who used a pseudonym as a survivor of abuse. Right, stated in a press release. The reaction to this trial just reinforced why so many survivors stay silent. Not only do we fear retaliation from the people who abused us, but we fear being ostracised and harassed by others as well. You know what? I mean, that is true, but if this is actually happening. I personally know women who have reconsidered reporting after seeing what happened online to Amber Heard. But this blind faith in what she said, even after, it's not good. It's not good. You do, any feminist supporting this, you're doing yourself a massive disservice. No one's interested in any of the crap you've got to say now. Barely, you're losing what little support you had. Anyway, there you go. Thought you'd enjoy this comedic little update. This is all just desperation. It's a desperate rallying cry, because I think they filed their appeals and stuff. So it ain't going well. It ain't going well for Amber Heard. This is desperate.